Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Say here. Let's get right into it. Wow. Aw, snap. We got a Jaeger in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Crimson Typhoon. Ooh. Now, for those of you that don't know what a Jaeger is, Jaegers are what they call the mech suits in the Pacific Rim movie franchise. They're piloted by 2 or more people, and they're used to fight these massive monsters that came from another dimension and are trying to wipe out humanity. Oh. And really, the thing that makes the Jaegers so strong is the fact that they're all equipped with some special type of additional weaponry that can do massive damage to the kaiju. So, in the case of Crimson Typhoon here, he's got the arm blaster and the saw blade. Now, unfortunately, these saw blades are a little bit too big, so they're not 100% accurate to the movie, but these are the only size that are officially made by Lego, so I just slapped these bad boys on there. Now, for those of you interested in buying the instructions to Crimson Typhoon here, those are available on my Patreon and my Rebrickable page, so I'll leave the links to those 2 websites in the description. And yes, the dual saw blades do come included within the instructions and parts list, but unfortunately not the blaster effect piece here. I'm actually not even sure if that's even a real Lego piece because I couldn't find it in the Lego Designer Studio database. Okay, now back to the build here. Crimson Typhoon is coming in at about 6.5 inches tall from head to toe, is composed of 487 pieces including the saw blades, and should take you about an hour or 2 to build. Nice. Do keep in mind though, there is a small attachment process that must be completed in order to get the saw blade onto his left arm. So pretty much what you're going to do is just remove the 2x2 tile piece here and replace it with the modified 2x2 tile piece with the Technic pin in the middle, and then you're going to slide the saw blade onto the Technic pin so that it holds. And as for the right arm, there is simply a single jumper plate on the side of it where you can tab the saw blade onto and it'll hold. And speaking of the arms, I really like the arm design of this Jaeger right here. Like, he's got 2 small arms coming out of one shoulder socket on the right side here, and then on the left side he's got one massive arm with 3 claws on the end. So really cool concept. Unfortunately though, all those arms weren't able to save him from the kaiju that he was fighting in the movie. And he ends up getting his head ripped off. Admittedly though, he did put up a good fight before he went down. But anyway, let's get into this articulation. Now, I'd say this mock actually has some pretty good articulation, and part of that is because it took me 8 hours to design it, so a couple of those hours definitely went into just making sure he had some good posability. So we've got some movement in the neck right here, allowing the head to move left and right a little bit. We've also got some movement in the waist, allowing the upper body to rotate 360, which is also accurate to the movie.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
I was going to add an ab crunch in there as well, but it started to become too much of a hassle to get the waist to rotate 360 and still maintain the stability while giving him an ab crunch. However, he can bend at the thighs to make it look as though he's kneeling over. And as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of movement in the legs here because every section is connected via those locking clip pieces. Now, as for the arms, they're attached using Technic rotational locking ball joints to give them increased stability. And as for the biceps and forearms, they're just attached using ball joints of different sizes. So they're pretty sturdy and have a decent amount of articulation on both sides. All of the hands also have rotational capabilities, so the hand on the left arm can rotate using the Technic pin, and the hands on the right arm kind of just rotate off the single stud that they're attached to here. And lastly, we've got some articulation in the back tail fins right here. However, they are very fragile, so they tend to pop. As I was saying, they tend to pop off a lot because they're only attached by a single stud on a jumper plate. And this is because I had to angle them at 45 degrees in order to keep the model movie accurate. However, if the frequency at which they fall off is bothering you that much, you could just remove the jumper plate that was on top of the clip piece here, so you'll have 2 studs available, and just tab it on to the side of the inverted slope there, and it'll just hang off to the side like that. Now, just on a side note, if you guys are interested in seeing another one of my buyable mocks, I'll leave the link to my Transformers Dark of the Moon laser beak build at the end of this video.